I used to believe marriages break loudly, screaming, slamming doors, tears. Mine didn't. Ariba, you didn't finish your tea? I said. I'm late, she replied without looking at me. You're always late these days. She picked up her phone. Don't start, please. I'm not starting. I'm talking. She sighed. That's the problem. You always want to talk. I swallowed. You're my wife. Who else should I talk to? She paused, then said softly, That's unfair. What's unfair? I asked. She walked toward the door. I'll see you tonight. You said that yesterday. She froze for a second, then left. I stayed at the table, staring at the empty chair across from mine. This was how it had become. Quiet exits. Half conversations. Excuses wrapped in soft voices. Amzia called me later. Bro, how's married life? He asked, laughing. It's fine, I said automatically. He didn't laugh back. You hesitated. I'm just tired. From work or from her? I lowered my voice. Why would you ask that? Because every time I see you, you look like you're apologizing to the air. She's just busy. With what? I didn't answer. She's still doing those late calls? Hamza asked. I said work stuff. At midnight? She has international clients. Hamza sighed. You defend her like a lawyer. That's what husbands do, or what scared men do, he said gently. I changed the subject. That evening my mother called. Beta, are you eating properly? She asked. Yes, Amy, and Ariba. She's fine. She doesn't come with you anymore. She's busy. My mother was quiet for a moment. A woman can be busy and still be present. That annoyed me. You worry too much. I worry because I've seen this before. What have you seen? I asked. Distance, she said. It starts small. Reba loves me, I said firmly. My mother didn't argue. Love also shows itself. That night, Ariba came home late again. You didn't answer my messages, I said. I was in a meeting. You stepped outside to take calls. I heard you. Her jaw tightened. Are you checking on me now? I live here. I notice things, she laughed, sharp and quick. You're imagining problems? I'm imagining you pulling away. She dropped her bag. Why can't you just trust me? I do, I said immediately. She looked at me then. Really looked. Then stopped questioning everything. I just miss you. She softened for a second. You're being emotional. That's what marriage is. Not to this extent, she replied. I watched her walk past me into the bedroom, phone already in her hand. Later, I stood near the door and asked, Who are you talking to? She turned her back. Does it matter? No, I said, lying. She came closer, touched my arm. You're a good husband. Something in her tone felt final. I try, I said. I know, she replied. You've always adjusted for me. I wanted to... That's why you're special. I held on to that word as she closed the door. Special that night, lying beside her, staring at the ceiling. I told myself love meant patience, that silence was normal, that trust meant ignoring fear. If I had listened to the quiet instead of fighting it, maybe I would have seen the ending coming. Ariba poured tea like it was an ordinary morning. I want a divorce, she said. I blinked. What did you say? She stirred her cup. I'm done. I laughed once, confused. You're joking. I'm not, she replied calmly. My chest tightened. Why are you talking like this? She finally looked at me. Because dragging it will hurt more. Hurt who? I asked. Both of us. I pushed my chair back. We didn't even fight. That's the problem, she said. We feel nothing. I feel everything, I said. She shook her head. You feel attachment. What's the difference? I asked. She stood. I feel trapped. Trapped by me? My voice cracked. By this life? She corrected. We can change things, I said quickly. We can travel, move, try again. I don't want to try, she replied. I whispered, Since when? For a while. How long is a while? I asked. She picked up her phone. Long enough? Is there someone else? I asked. She paused. No, you paused, I said. That doesn't mean anything. It means everything, I said. She sighed. I want freedom. And I want my wife, I replied. She walked away. I've already contacted a lawyer. That sentence killed something inside me. You planned this? I asked. Yes. For how long? She didn't answer. Later that day, my cousin Danish called. Ariba told my wife, he said carefully. Told her what? I asked. That you're separating. So it's real, I said. She says it's mutual, Danish said. I laughed bitterly. I wasn't aware. You should talk calmly, he advised. Dragging it will hurt more. That night, Hamza came over. She sounds cold, he said. She's calm, I replied. That's worse. Did you notice signs before? He asked. I ignored them, I admitted. Do you want to fight this? He asked. I want her to stay, I said. But, he pushed. But she's already gone, I said quietly. 2 days later, I met her lawyer. Sign here, the man said politely. I stared at the paper. That's it? It's simple, he replied. Marriage wasn't, I said. He didn't respond. Ariba sat across from me, silent. Say something, I begged. She whispered. I'm sorry. For what? I asked. For hurting you. Then stop, I said. She shook her head. I can't. The pen felt heavy. If I was better, I said, would you stay? Her eyes softened. This isn't about better. It feels like it is, I said. She looked away. I signed. The court was quiet. No shouting. No drama, the clerk said. You're officially divorced. I nodded like I understood. Outside, Hamza waited. It's over, I said. You okay? He asked. I don't know, I replied. Ariba walked past me. She didn't look back. I stepped onto the street. People moved. Cars honked. Life continued. I stood still. I thought love meant patience. I thought sacrifice meant strength. I thought being enough meant staying. As I walked away from the court, I believed the ending was my fault, and I believed I wasn't enough. Silence filled the house after she left. I kept my phone beside me at night, face down. Like it might ring out of pity, it never did. I stared at the ceiling and replayed her words. Freedom. Trapped. Not about better. Should have fought harder. I whispered to myself at 3 a.m. It felt true. By morning, I blamed myself differently. Shams called after a week. You alive? He asked physically. I said. You sound hollow. I feel empty. Did you sleep? He asked. No. Did you eat? I don't remember. He paused. That's not strength. I don't feel strong, I replied. You're blaming yourself again, he said. I signed the papers, I said. That's on me. You didn't sign her heart away, he replied. She was unhappy, I said. Since when? He asked. I don't know. That's the part bothering me, he said. Later that day, my sister Sarah visited. You look thinner, she said. I stopped eating with purpose, I joked. She didn't smile. You look lost. I am. She sat across from me. Tell me something honestly. What? When did she start pulling away? A few months ago, I said. How long ago exactly? 5. Maybe 6. Sarah frowned. That doesn't add up. To what? I asked. She told Mom she checked out only recently, she said. She lies to avoid blame. As far as the timing matters, Sarah replied. I frowned. What are you saying? I'm saying her story keeps changing, she said. I rubbed my face. Please, don't make this harder. I'm trying to make it clearer, she said at night. I tried rebuilding myself. I woke early. I jogged once around the block and hated every step. Small goals, I told myself. I cleaned the kitchen. I folded clothes that still smelled like her. This is pathetic, I muttered. Don Madam came by the next evening. You're too quiet, he said. I'm processing, I replied. You're drowning, he said. I deserved it, I said. No, he replied sharply. You accepted it. That's worse. I leaned forward. When was the last time she called you? The day we signed, I said. And since then? Nothing. She erased you fast, he said. That means she's strong. I replied. That usually means she was ready before you, he said. I stared at the floor. That sentence stayed with me. 2 days later, I ran into a mutual friend at a cafe. Oh, she said. Didn't expect to see you. Me neither, I said. She hesitated. You okay? I'm surviving, I said. She nodded. Ariba seems settled. Settled, I echoed. Yeah, she said. She's glowing. My chest tightened. Already? She bit her lip. I shouldn't have said that. How long? I asked. She looked away. She's been fine for a while. How long is a while? I repeated. I don't know, she said quickly. But her eyes told me she did. That night I punched my pillow. Why wasn't I enough? I asked the dark. I replayed every argument, every compromise, every apology. I destroyed my pride for her. I whispered. No answer came. The next morning, Sarah called again. Someone told me something weird, she said. What? I asked. She's posting pictures already, she said. With who? I asked. She paused. Not alone. My stomach dropped. That's too fast, I said. That's what scares me, she replied. I sat down slowly, for the first time since the divorce. Grief shifted. It wasn't just loss anymore. It was confusion and something darker. Started asking questions I wasn't ready to answer. I wasn't looking for her. I was buying groceries, arguing with myself about apples, when Hamza said, Bro. What? I replied. Don't turn around, he said slowly. I turned anyway. Ariba stood near the pharmacy counter. Her hand rested on her stomach, rounded, visible, real. My breath left my body. That's not, I whispered. Shams grabbed my arm. Let's go. I need to see, I said. She hasn't seen you yet. I need to, I repeated. We stepped closer. She laughed at something the cashier said. That laugh used to belong to me. My chest burned. This doesn't make sense, I muttered. Hamza whispered. How long has it been since the divorce? 3 months, I said. He didn't respond. I stepped forward. Ariba. She froze. Slowly, she turned. Her smile died. You, she said. Me, I replied. She put her hand protectively over her stomach. When? I asked. She swallowed. What? When? I repeated. How far along? Her eyes flicked around. This isn't the place. Answer me, I said quietly. Why? She asked. It's none of your... It's exactly my business, I interrupted. She lowered her voice. Please don't do this. Count with me, I said. 3 months since the divorce? You look at least 5. That's not accurate, she replied. I lived with you, I said. I know. Her silence screamed. Hamza stepped back, giving us space. You told me there was no one else, I said. There isn't, she said quickly. Then where did this come from? I asked. That's a disgusting question, I said. Lying was disgusting. She looked away. Say it, I said. Tell me I'm wrong. I didn't cheat, she whispered. You didn't wait either, I said. She clenched her jaw. You're assuming things. I'm counting time, I replied. You left calmly. You were ready? Too ready. Her hands trembled. You planned the divorce, I said. Did you also plan this? Tears filled her eyes. Lower your voice. Why? I asked. Afraid someone will hear the truth? The truth is complicated, she said. Truth usually is, I replied. She whispered, you wouldn't understand. I said. She wiped her face. I was confused. Confused doesn't get pregnant, I said. She flinched. Who is he? I asked. She shook her head. I won't say, 'cause I know him, I said. Her eyes lifted for 1 second. That was enough. My stomach twisted. Someone I respect? She said nothing. Someone who knew we were married, said. She stared at the floor. Someone older, I said slowly. Her breathing changed. I felt sick. Shames returned. We should go. No, I said. I'm not done, Ariba whispered. Please. You made me think I wasn't enough, I said. You let me destroy myself. I never wanted to hurt you, she said. You planned it, I replied. You just didn't want to face it. She touched her stomach again. This isn't about you anymore. It never was, I said softly. A man cleared his throat behind her. I turned. He didn't speak. He didn't need to. I recognized the posture, the watch, the silence. Respectable, untouchable. Ariba. Stepped closer to him without thinking. That movement answered everything. My knees felt weak. Hamza asked, You know him? I do, I replied. The man finally spoke. We should leave. Ariba nodded. She didn't look at me again. They walked out together. Hamza didn't say a word until we reached the parking lot. I'm not crazy, I said. No, he replied. You're finally seeing... I sat in the car and stared at my hands. Months, dates, excuses, double quotes. None of it was about freedom. I said, It was about timing, Hamza replied. I closed my eyes. The shame lifted. Something colder replaced it. For the first time since the divorce, I stopped blaming myself, and that scared me more than the truth itself. CHP 5, I didn't wake up angry. That surprised me. I woke up clear. Hamza sat across from me. Scrolling his phone. You didn't sleep, he said. I slept enough, I replied. That smile tells me something broke or something healed. Something clicked, I said. He nodded. What are you going to do? Understand, I replied. Not explode. That's new, he said. I wasted enough energy blaming myself, I replied. Later, Sarah came over. You look different, she said. Tell me everything. I replied instead of greeting her. She sat down slowly. About what? Her, I said. About him? About before the divorce. Sarah exhaled. I didn't want to hurt you. I'm already past hurt, I said. Now, I need truth. She hesitated. She started disappearing months before the court papers. How often? I asked. Enough that Mom noticed, she said. So I wasn't paranoid, I said. No, she replied. You were trusting. That word settled something in me. Shamsa said, Who? I asked. A mutual friend from her office, he replied. And I asked. She wasn't shocked by the pregnancy, he said. I laughed quietly. Of course she wasn't. She said Ariba was protected early, Hamza continued. Protected how? I asked. Like someone important had her back, he said. I breathed out. So the divorce was the cover, Sarah whispered. It was an exit. For her, I said. Not freedom. She knew it would look clean, Sarah said. And I would take the blame, I added. Shams leaned forward. The man. I won't say his name, I replied. Because you're scared? Hamza asked. Because he's scared, I said. They both looked at me. He built his reputation on silence, I continued. I don't need to touch it. Sarah frowned. People are already talking. I heard, I said. She looks nervous lately, Sarah added. That's karma warming up, Hamza said. Not karma, I replied. Consequences. That afternoon, I ran into a former colleague. You okay? He asked awkwardly. I'm fine, I replied. He lowered his voice. Strange situation, huh? What's strange? I asked. The timing, he said. I smiled. Funny how numbers matter now. He nodded quickly and left. That was enough. No confrontation. No shouting, just confirmation after confirmation that night. I sat alone and spoke out loud. I wasn't weak. I said, the room didn't argue. I wasn't boring. Still silent. I wasn't unlovable. My chest loosened. I remembered every moment I adjusted myself for her. Love wasn't my mistake, I said. Believing lies was my phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. She's stressed. Things aren't stable. I didn't reply. Hamza texted after. You okay? Yeah, I typed. I'm done chasing truth. It found me, he replied with a single word proud dot. I leaned back. I knew exposing them publicly would feel powerful. I also knew it would drag me back into their mess. I didn't want. That silence had protected them. Now silence protected me from the outside. Her life still looked shiny from the inside. Cracks were spreading. I felt it without touching anything. I closed my eyes and made a promise. I won't become bitter. I said, I wouldn't save her. I wouldn't destroy him. I would walk forward while their past followed them. For the first time since the divorce, my future felt clean, and that was revenge enough. My days started changing quietly. I woke up early. Without forcing myself, I ran. Longer? I ate better. I stopped checking my phone for ghosts. Hamza noticed first. You're breathing again, he said. I never stopped, I replied. I just forgot how. You don't talk about her anymore, he said. I don't need to. I replied. That's scary growth, he said. It's peace. I said. Work improved. Focus came back. People started trusting my silence. Sarah called one evening. She's not doing well, she said carefully. Don't soften it, I replied. Just say it. She looks anxious, Sarah said. Alone? Alone how? I asked. The friends disappeared, she said. The attention shifted. And him? I asked. She hesitated. He doesn't stay long anymore. I felt nothing. Then relief. I didn't touch anything, I said. You didn't have to, Sarah replied. That night, my phone rang. Unknown number, I answered. Hello? It's me, Ariba said. My heart didn't race. That shocked me. What do you need? I asked. Her breath trembled. Can we talk? About what? I asked. I need to hear your voice. That's not my job anymore, I replied. Please, she whispered. I stayed silent. I'm not asking for forgiveness. She said quickly. Good, I replied. I don't have any ready. She laughed weakly. You always knew me so well. I knew who you wanted me to know, I said. Her voice cracked. Things are complicated, as they always were. I replied. I feel judged everywhere, she said. Welcome to honesty. I replied. That's not fair, she said. Neither was lying to me, I replied. She inhaled sharply. He's different now. I didn't ask who. He avoids conversations, she continued. He's distant. I warned you about silence, I said. You never listened. I didn't expect it to cost this much, she whispered. What did you expect? I asked. I thought once I left, everything would settle. And instead, I asked. Everything feels unstable, she said. I leaned back, calm. This conversation ends here. I said, wait. She said, do you hate me? No, I replied honestly. She paused. That hurts more. Hate means I still carry you, I said. I don't. She started crying softly. I ruined us, she said. You ended us, I replied. There's a difference. I'm scared, she whispered. That's not love, I said. That's consequence. She went quiet. I won't expose you, I said. Not because you deserve mercy, then why? She asked. Because I deserve peace, I replied. She took a shaky breath. I hope you're happy. I am, I said, and I earned it. The line stayed open for a moment, then it went dead. Hamza texted minutes later. She called you, didn't she? Yes, I wrote. How did it feel? I thought for a second. Nothing. I typed. He replied with a thumbs dash up. Gossip spread on its own. Whispers followed her. Questions surrounded him. I stayed invisible. I didn't smile publicly. I didn't celebrate. Privately, I just lived that. Scared them more than anger ever could. One evening, I passed by the same cafe we once loved. I didn't stop. I didn't slow down. I kept walking. Karma didn't need my help. It only needed me to stop standing in its way. She asked to meet me where we used to sit silently. I almost said no. Just once, she had texted. I owe you honesty, I replied. You owe yourself that. I'll listen. She arrived early. That surprised me. You look steady, she said. I am, I replied. She wrapped her hands around her cup. I don't expect forgiveness. Good, I said. Expect truth instead. She nodded. I was scared of what? I asked. Of wasting my life, she said. Of being ordinary. Of waiting. So you ran, I replied. Yes, she said. I chose the exit instead of the work. You chose lying, I said calmly. I didn't know how to face you, she said. You trusted me too easily. That wasn't my weakness, I said. That was love. She looked down. I know. Say it fully, I said. She swallowed. I started crossing lines before I asked for divorce. When? I asked earlier than I admitted, she said, before the silence. I asked, yes, she replied. Before you said you felt trapped, I asked. Yes, she said again, that matters, I said. She nodded slowly. I told myself it was emotional, not real. Became real, I said. Yes, she whispered. Why him? I asked. Because he was safe, yet powerful, she said. Because I didn't have to grow. You hid behind his position, I said. I hid behind everyone, she replied. I leaned back. And the divorce? An escape, she said. I couldn't live with the guilt of staying. So you handed me the blame. I said, I didn't think it would hurt you like this, she said. That's because you weren't thinking of me, I replied. She flinched. I know, what about love? I asked. She closed her eyes. I loved what you gave me. I didn't know how to give back, but honesty took long enough, I said. I'm paying for it, she said quietly. I know, I replied. He's pulling away, she admitted. People don't see me the same. I lost everything I thought I wanted. I didn't make that happen, I said. You didn't stop it either, she replied. That's growth, I said. She smiled sadly. You were always stronger emotionally. I wasn't, I said. I just didn't run. She watched me carefully. Do you hate me? I shook my head. I outgrew you. Tears rolled down her face. That hurts more than anger. Spent months hurting, I said. I'm done now. She wiped her cheeks. I wish I handled it differently. I wish you handled it honestly, I replied. I was a coward, yes, I said simply. The word hung between us. But I'm telling you the truth now, she said. You are, I replied. And that's why I can leave peacefully. She looked startled. That's it? That's everything, I said. I thought there'd be shouting, she admitted. I already did that in my head, I replied. It didn't help. She reached across the table, then stopped. I hope you find someone better. I already found myself, I said. She laughed through tears. You're different. I had to break to rebuild, I replied. We stood. She hesitated. This is goodbye, isn't it? Yes, I said. A real one. She nodded slowly. Take care. I always do. I replied. I walked away without checking if she followed. Wait. I carried 4 months, stayed on the chair. My steps felt lighter. Not because I won, but because I finally stopped losing. Myself, CHP.8. I wake up before my alarm now. The room is quiet, not empty. I stretch, breathe, and sit up without feeling rushed. You're calm. Hamza said the last time we talked, I earned it. I replied, I make my tea the way I like it. Strong, honest. I used to drink it the way she preferred. That thought passes without pain. At work, my manager says, you've changed. I ask, is that good? He smiles. You're present, focused. I stopped proving myself. I say, He nods like he understands. Sarah calls during lunch. You sound lighter, she says. I stopped carrying what wasn't mine, I reply. You forgive her? She asks. I forgave myself. I say that's better, she replies. I walk home in the evening, hands in my pockets. Head cleared, I remember the man. I was always checking my words, always adjusting my shape, always scared of losing love. Why did you bend so much? I ask myself. To keep peace, I answer. I don't hate him for that. He was doing his best with what he knew. Now I know better. Hamza meets me for dinner. You ever think about her? He asks briefly. I reply, does it hurt? No, I say. It reminds me of what? He asks. Of boundaries, I reply. He raises his glass. To growth, to quiet growth, I add. He laughs. That's your thing now. Noise wasted my years, I say. A week later, I see a message request. Unknown number? I don't open it. HMZA notices. Curious? Not enough, I reply. Proud of you, he says. I shake my head. I didn't win anything. You won yourself back, he says. That sits right. Some nights the past knocks softly. What if? It asks, what if you stayed? I answer it honestly. I would have disappeared. Knocking stops. I stand in front of the mirror one morning. I don't look for flaws. I don't look for approval. I see a man who chose truth over comfort. I see peace. At the grocery store. I pause near the apples. It's the same place I once felt my world crack. I smile, not because it hurt, because it passed. You okay? The cashier asks. Better than okay, I reply. Outside, the sky is ordinary. No dramatic colors. No signs, just steady light. I walk home slowly. I think about love. Real love doesn't demand shrinking. It doesn't need silence to survive. It doesn't make you question your worth. I didn't fail at marriage. I survived. Deception. There's a difference. At home. I open the window, air moves freely. I sit on the couch, doing nothing, and nothing feels perfect. I don't need closure anymore. Truth gave me that. I don't need revenge. Time handled it. I don't need apologies. I stopped waiting. I think about the man who walked out of court, believing he wasn't enough. Wish I could tell him something. You weren't abandoned. I'd say you were. Released. The phone buzzes again. I turn it face down. Some chapters don't need rereading. Evening. Fades into night. I turn off the light. I'm not afraid. Of the dark, I learned how to see, without forcing brightness. As I lie down, my chest feels steady. No weight, no ache, just presence. I didn't lose my wife. I found my spine, and for the first time, it feels like everything.